Hello you guys, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name's Mandy and I do a lot of planning for busy mom life in my planner, but I also throw in some of my lifestyle stuff going on around here too. If you are not new, I just want to thank you so much for coming back and welcome you all. Today I am going over my May 2021 goals. And this may not be the typical like create a goals page video. So I just want to let you know now, I am not creating my goals page. I basically already did that. What I wanted to do was go through the process of how I plan on, I don't want to say achieving these goals, but basically how I plan on going about the month to make sure that I like stick to them, or like maybe, because for me, it's a fine line between saying like, I'm going to like meet these goals and then being disappointed if something doesn't happen. But I also really want to be on the positive side and say that, you know what, like most likely these are going to happen because I'm on the right path. So I'm basically going to show you like my path process for trying to attain my May goals. So I'm going to go over my goals, show you my process of what I'm going to try out this month to hopefully stick to them. And I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you like this kind of video for goals, I would love it if you could hit the like button because it lets me know if you do. And if you want to see me making goals pages like in the future, let me know in the comments below because I wouldn't mind that. I consider myself a newbie and all of that kind of stuff, but sometimes when I get on the camera, I get kind of like, I feel the pressure to make it like super cute and then I'm not happy with it, I guess, but but it was filmed, so it's kind of like, well, I'm gonna put this out there. And when I'm not on camera, sometimes I end up making something I really, really love and wish that I had filmed it. So we'll see in the future, but let me know in the comments below if you guys like this kind of thing too, and I will keep doing them. So again, welcome, thank you for joining me, and we will get right to it. So I first wanted to show you some of the things that I have for this. The reason I have this open like this is because, excuse me, I might end up keeping my goals right here. What I had done was put my goals here, and then when I put my like pen pouch over it, this band kind of keeps it there. So when I open my planner, it's open to it, although it does have the band like right over it. I guess I can kind of show you what that looks like. But I feel like it's a nice reminder. I also feel like it's a little too much when I open my, like I like it, but I also don't like that it's so much going on. And when I set up my planner for May, I really liked just the minimalism of this. It being, just like straightforward, like here is my list, making notes for the, if I need to pull one out for the day, which I need to add more, but just a few different note pages here. And then I was, have like a couple things I'm doing in a little mini. And then I just loved this being in the background. And this is the first section I visit for the day. But I really do like seeing my goals on a daily basis. So I'm still contemplating whether I'm going to put it like this. But I also want to, totally believe in brainstorm sessions and making sure that you're giving yourself that time to write things down. I feel like it's a de-stressor. I feel like it's a way to get yourself organized in areas that you feel unorganized or chaotic in and overwhelmed. So I'm going to kind of use that time right now to figure out how I can, how I would like to try to attain these goals. And what I did was I pulled out a few different things. Now I may or may not use them during this video. This video is honestly, it's not like I've done this before. Okay. So I'm going to tell you right now, like this isn't something that I've done before. And I'm like, I know it works. You guys are going along with me to see if this process works and if it's something I want to keep doing. As you've seen, if you've been following me for a while, especially since January, but my planner changes all the time. My processes change all the time. I was just thinking of how my social media is like continuing to change because basically, as you get used to processes, you don't need to do some of the things you once did, and you might need to do more things than you once did as well. So I am a routine, I don't want you to get me wrong, I'm not a super routine person, but I like to write my routine down at least monthly, so I can figure out if there is any way I can, work some things in there or take some things out that are just not working and, making the day feel like a bummer for some reason. So that's what we're going to do to start off the process of figuring out if how I can make sure that I'm trying to work on these goals on a daily basis. I also want to touch on that I do have 6, actually, if you count these as 2 different goals, I have 7 different types of goals. So before we go into writing my routine, let's go over my goals. These are very personal to me, but I am sharing them. And I don't have details written here. I don't want to go into super, amount of details and make the video super long, but I will try to tell you as much as I can. So this was actually a notes page from an old planner. And that's also why I thought, oh, if I put it in my planner against the left side of the cover, I don't have to worry about this side. But if I don't use this side, but say I wanted to use the page that I pulled out for certain things, I can just, make a double-sided page. But this was an old planner. I want to say it might be a 1920, 2019, 2020 planner. I can't remember, but it's one of the first ones I got in 2019, I think. Anyway, so I just found this notes page at the end one day when I was going through them, and I was like, oh, that's really pretty. So I decided to use botanical stickers and my journal sticker book as well. So that's all I used here. And they're in no particular order of importance or anything. They were just what I could fit in my journal stickers. So the first thing I want to talk about is marriage. I went ahead and used the heart sticker for that. Probably should have used something a little bit bigger to fit things in, but one of my goals is to schedule 2 dates. Now I confused myself there because then I have a number 2 here, but hey, it's my goal page, right? It's no one else's. Schedule 2 dates. So at least 2 dates with my husband. We like to go out to eat. We just, like to try new things. We don't go out to eat that often. So when we go on dates, we like to go out to eat and either get a favorite type of food or try a new restaurant. So we also will do something that's productive. I'm talking if we need to go shopping for something, sometimes a Costco trip is, eating in a Costco trip, or just getting things for the house or for the kids, the family, and just having fun doing that. And then the other one is to go out to eat and have fun. So we could do eat and productive every time, but we know that we need to also have a good time and have fun and do something we aren't used to doing. So, whether that be miniature golfing, regular golfing, going on a walk, just something that sounds fun to us. And the second thing is I really wanted to create one of our own date boxes. So that was something that I put under marriage, but it's also, I don't know, it's a personal thing, but I thought we would have a good time doing something like that. So that's something of my goals for May that I want to at least get, I want to do this and at least get started on something like this and trying it out instead of ordering a date box. I don't know if you've heard of date boxes, but we definitely are budgeting, and with me not working this coming year, school year, and, we're going to need to watch our spending, and I'm not going to spend money on a date box. I just can't. So I figured, hey, it might be fun to create one. So also for homeschool, this is the last month of the 2020-21 school year for my son, and we've been pretty much, doing it homeschool style. And so here is something that I want to do is do at least one subject right at the end of breakfast, and then trying the other subject at the end of lunch or after laying my 3-year-old down for his nap, just because it can be pretty distracting with my 3-year-old around. My baby's getting a little distracting too, but It's not the same as my 3-year-old running around playing or, asking questions. He doesn't know how to wait, his turn yet. So we are teaching him that. But I want to make sure that I am helping my 7-year-old with the least amount of distractions if I can. And then doing lessons together at the end of breakfast has been nice because we're all at the table already and stuff. So I don't have a business, but I wanted to make like a business one so I can start creating things and possibly doing things in the future to put out there. So I want to create a certain type of printable, and then I just made a second option or a second thing that I can even add in throughout the month if I want, because I know I had stuff going on, but ideas, but when I did this, I was, not really able to think of all of them in the moment. Relational. So this is different than my like marriage goals. This is more for like other people. I want to schedule at least a once a month meetup with friends, and that would require me to like be okay with getting help without having guilt and being intentional in that time and stuff. So that's my relational goal. For home and family, this I just didn't make enough space for two goals here. So I usually have a home goal and a family goal. So the first two are my, family ones. Family adventure outing. I want to make sure we go on at least one adventure outing. And I feel like the more we do that, we will do more and more throughout the month. But my goal is to keep it pretty simple with one family adventure outing. The second one is going to a restaurant as a family. Restaurants are starting to open up a little bit here, and my kids really love doing that. There's some kind of sense of like adventure in that, but also just being together at the table. Nobody's able to get up, and we don't have that battle of getting up, and they just really enjoy being around like there's other people somewhat nearby. They just have a good time. So going to a newer, like something different than we go to as a family is and I know the kids have been wanting to do that too. They'll be like, can we go to a restaurant? And usually it's just late or, we haven't planned it. So having it as one of my goals to plan is something I'm excited to have on here for family. Another family goal is, I guess it's home and family, but is easy, healthy dinners. I'm always trying to make healthy dinners, but it can come with it's just hard with, kids who have different palates going on right now and stuff. And you also want to fill their bellies up before dinner because they're about to go hours without eating. So, this is kind of a goal of mine, and I've been trying to figure out if I should continue to put that on as my, daily to-do list, because it's honestly overwhelming me. I love to cook. I love to eat healthy. But when I'm doing it for a family of 5, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself, and it's a lot of, thought. A lot of thought goes into that, a lot of planning, and I'm just almost needing to take the thought out of it. So I'm thinking of joining some kind of meal mail service or something. Meal by mail is what I should say for that. The next two are more for home. So just continuing, I've been working on my home care routine this April and just kind of continuing to improve that. And my morning routine of 6 to 7, that is more personal, but that actually helps me with my home because I get some of that stuff done in the morning, and I don't end up doing that over things that need to be done in the home, if that makes sense. So then we will move on to my personal, which one is just weekly workout plan and routine. Again, I've started doing this in April, so just trying to continue it and improve it and make it consistent is my goal for May. And technically, I guess this one can go over here, but whatever, this is home, family, it's all personal for me because this is my life here at home. So these are my goals, and what I'm going to do is kind of show you how I write down my routine and go through figuring out how I'm going to work on these. Hey, you guys. So, as I'm editing this, I'm just kind of cracking up right now at the music. I apologize if it is seriously driving you up the wall. I am so undecided on it right now. I liked I'm sorry. I liked the little like doo 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 stuff. But then it kind of goes into this weird like serious mode you'll hear, and I might be covering up with my my voiceover right now. Sorry, but I just had to pop in and say something about it. So if it's bugging you, I will change it for the next segment of, going faster. I just wanted to let you know, and it's not the whole video, but go ahead, and if you love it, sorry I change it. If you don't love it, hopefully you're happy I change it. But I just wanted to pop in and say that, you guys, because I'm cracking up as I'm editing this right now for you. Alrighty, so my next step is to write down my routine. So every month I want to go through my goals, and then I also like to write down my routine because it helps me see if there is too much going on at one time, or if there's a pocket in there that I can add some things in. I keep in mind my goals. So as you could see, I had written something else down here, and then I realized, wait a second, my goal is to work on some homeschool during and at the end of breakfast. Breakfast is a great time for my kids to listen to what I have to read to them, and then at the end of breakfast is when they can actually work at the table. They're already sitting there, and they can work at the table and do what, like the independent practice or the activity that comes with the lesson. So this is my routine. I'm usually sleeping at 5 from 5 to 6, and probably even after 6. Sometimes I wake at 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, and if I'm really tired or could not get to sleep before or after, around 10, I might even sleep longer. But at least I know that like I have it in there that I can do my Bible and get ready for the day. By 7, I'm trying to get up. Like the kids are usually awake, so I help them. My 7-year-old gets up on his own, but my other two need some help getting up. And then between that time, I'm usually feeding my daughter, but I'm not sure how long the nursing will be, since she's 1, and I can just tell it's almost done, and I'm sad about that, but it's part of life. And so she usually gets up around 7 as well. I try to get them up because they're usually awake by then. If they're not awake, I let them keep sleeping, but 7 is like that time for our kids. It seems like that they are ready to get up. And then between if I didn't do my Bible, I will, sip some coffee. I do eat my breakfast at between the 7 and 8 o'clock hour. So kids get up, I eat my breakfast. So that way during their breakfast, I can do school with them, and I'm energized. But I basically will try to fit in my home care before I start getting their breakfast ready. So whether it's all the items or one of the things, it's just helpful to do some kind of home care, which is, if you're not sure what that is, that's my cleaning. Some people refer to it as chores, all that. I try to get at least one thing done, so that way if I can't do anything the rest of the day in my home area, at least I've done that. Like the other day I washed windows, something I could get in there real quick, or declutter or something. When 8 o'clock rolls around, maybe sometimes 8:15, I start getting breakfast ready. I make sure that my daughter is sitting there eating while I'm getting things ready. And sometimes if getting their breakfast ready and then letting them eat a little bit before school, I'll try to fit in like a short workout, you guys. I'll do it right in there in the kitchen. yeah, or I'll review the workout that I might have to do later. And I think that's what I had written here before school was workout. So sometimes I'll try to fit that in there. And then we're hopefully, while the kids are eating, going over their school assignment for the day, I'm reading the lesson to them, showing them things. And then they end up doing the lesson, but before 9 o'clock, pretty much. Like 8 to 9 is our breakfast prep, breakfast eating, school kind of hour. And then at 9 o'clock, I'm usually having them do their home care. And this allows me, mind you, sometimes school goes into the 9 o'clock. So just to let you know, sometimes that goes in there. But their home care usually isn't more than 15 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes, I should say. If they drag it out, they drag it out. This is when they're also taking care of brushing their teeth. They're usually dressed when they get up, but that kind of stuff. So between the 9 and 10 hour, I'm also laying my baby down for her first nap. I did not write that here. I just, wrote those things later just because it's a pretty quick process and my kids can work on getting themselves ready for the day while I do that real quick. If I have time, I might see putting in some, like if I didn't get a workout here, I might see putting in a workout there. I have a good friend that does a 9:30 class that I want to start joining again. And obviously that is in that section of time. And when I do these, you guys, I think of the season. Like right now we're in spring, so it's nice outside, but sometimes it's still chilly between the 8 and 9 hour. But in the summer, we're going to need to be outside at that point, I'm pretty sure. So things are going to change up. That's why I love doing my routine at least monthly. Even if it's not to try to meet goals or anything, it's just good to look at your routine. If routine makes you cringe, the word, I get it. Maybe call it flow, groove, whatever it is. But this is kind of our groove now that's forever changing. At 10 is kind of like whether it's a little before, a little after, that's our play hour. I will, if I didn't yet, I will get a workout in while the kids are playing. They might even work out with me. Some days of the week, it is my work hour though. So it could be a totally different thing from one day to the next. And that's okay for now, but that's going to be ending after I'm done, at the end of May. So this is again going to be changing up, I'm sure. And I will have to do some work stuff at another time throughout the day. So if you want to see how that goes in the next few months, follow along with me, hit the notification bell, and I will, try to be posting more goals videos if you guys like these kind of things. So let me know. The kids are usually playing till almost 12, but that's why we have from the 11 to 12. I have play and lunch because usually I'm getting their lunch ready. And I just want to say, like, getting their meals ready are those productivity pockets for me. I'm not saying I leave the room or anything. It might be more of the kitchen, which is great because the kitchen just seems to be something that needs a lot of work. Or if I need to get in like that second set of that workout that I didn't get in earlier. Yes, I would love to do a 30 to 45 minute workout straight, but with 3 kids, busy life going on, it doesn't usually happen, and I'd rather get in the little increments if I can. So sometimes I'm working out in my kitchen while I'm cooking, you guys. That's just how it is. But I make sure the kids get a big, long play time because my toddler needs that play. He has lunch, and then I lay him down, and Mira's basically up. They are on the opposite nap schedules right now. Part of that's awesome. Part of it, just really is tiring. But she actually wakes up a little bit before I put him down, but she's so good at playing in her crib with herself. It's just so cute. Okay, so then about 1, we're finishing up the next subjects for school. Usually it doesn't take too long, but my son will work on his computer work while I'm kind of doing nap transitions. And then at 2 o'clock, if we're done, it is free choice for him or play. Like, I let him have a good hour of free choice, whether it's a movie he's wanted to watch, especially, while my son is sleeping, or just, something he's wanted to do. I try to make sure that he gets that free choice and that playtime. Between 3 and 4 is usually when one's going down and the other's getting up from their nap again. At 4, I'm either finishing up some work that I didn't get to do during this, this big old block here, and hope, the kids are usually playing. And then at 5, it's kind of like dinner prep. Lots of times right now it's been baseball, so I'm working around baseball. And then we're usually eating around 6 for dinner. The kids are loving to play out back in the sunshine right now at this time of day too. And then at 7, I aim for bath and bedtime routine. I want to lay the kids down by 8, so that way by 9 or hopefully even earlier, I can relax with my husband and be asleep by 10. If I can be falling asleep between 9 and 10, that's great. But I also want to make sure that I get that relaxing time with my husband. It's super important. So the next step for me is to kind of write down what's going well and what I want to fit in and do more of, which I already kind of wrote what I want to do more of or fit in here. That's my goals. But I'm going to use these for some of the other areas, and I'll explain that in just a moment. Okay, you guys, so I just had to pop on again because maybe I'm having too much fun with like figuring out what kind of music I want for this video. It's a longer video, obviously. There are different segments where it's just me writing, fast forward or super fast and music. So let me know what you think of this one. I use iMovie, you guys. I don't have like a big editing system or anything, and this is as fast as I can fast forward in the in iMovie. Sometimes I wish I could like fast forward more. I can do a little bit less, but this is what I have to work with. And I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts are now, because I feel like it's a big joke now trying to figure out what music I want in the background of this video. So I will probably try something different in the next section of silence, or I shouldn't say silence, but music time. And I'm now curious what you guys think. So hopefully you're enjoying it. All right, I don't know how cute or not that looks, but I wanted something different here, and I didn't want to just write over it. But these are the things that are working really well. I do need to work on them still a little bit more, but getting up between 6 and 7 to do my Bible, my planner track, get dressed, and maybe even some upstairs HC is for my home care or cleaning, I think is a really good idea to do. So that way, maybe some of this home care during the 7 to 8 hour can be done, and I can fit in a little bit of other things that I might need to. I'm not the type that can kind of like get straight to being creative or doing a lot of work during this time. I just don't have that energy in me yet. I haven't had breakfast and all of that. So, yeah, I haven't fueled my mind and body yet, but these are the things that I feel like are good they need to get done anyways. I can ease myself into the day. So another thing that's working is school during meals. I really, really am loving that with just having littles and being at the table already, them eating, I have their attention, they're in their space. It's working really well. So school during meals, as much as I can do during the breakfast time, because when they're done with breakfast, they can continue sitting and being in their space because now they have things to concentrate on and do. Something else that's working, but I know I'm going to have to work this out a little bit differently in some days of the week, is working out, either like fitting in a little tiny workout while I'm cooking or a section of a workout. Getting a workout in between 8 and 8:30 might be something I want to do. However, I'm still, even though I've eaten breakfast by then, I'm still just kind of like you know, wanting to relax with the kids, or it just depends on the season sometimes, or moving it to 10 while they're playing. Now, if I continue throughout May, I do have 2 days a week where I work at 10 o'clock for several hours, several hours, and I can't work out during that time, but I don't mind moving it on those days. It's just, you know, it's a section that I can work out while the kids play, and I like that. And then the other thing working really well is making sure the kids are down for their bedtime routine, and that even if it's any earlier than 9, that is awesome. We shoot for 8:30, but if, you know, I don't want to feel, we fail at that many nights right now with baseball and it being lighter later. So 9 to 10 is like a definite non-negotiable, and that's working really well as well. All right, so the next section I'm going to try to fit in what we've done, what I'm doing well. Now I need to fit in what I want to fit in or do more of here. So this is kind of a small box. I'm just trying to use one of my pretty daily sheets for this, you guys. So like I said, it's not going to be set up like, you know, professionally here, but I do want to look over my goals and write in some things that I need to kind of add in or need to make sure that I make some time for, whether it's during a work section, or, you know, like, should I get up earlier? I'm not, you know, I don't like to plan on that, but we'll see. So I'm going to do a little brainstorming here, write some stuff down, and fast forward you guys through that so you can see what I come up with. And here is music number 3. I typically gravitate towards the guitar sounds, you guys. I love the acoustic guitar sounds, but I wanted to give you guys something different and throw some other stuff in here. So again, here's the third music piece, and let me know what you guys think. Okay, so to add, I basically want to add planning time in for my family and relational, family adventures and relational. That just is going to require me to plan that and write it in my planner, but I need to set aside time for that because it's not part of my norm. I've kind of gone off and on with that type of thing, so I need to make sure that I either write it in my routine, like my planner routine, so I don't forget about that. I follow like the guide of the Fly Lady system, so my plan and prep kind of days are either usually by Friday. So what I should do is be thinking of those things on Friday to plan for the following weekend or week. So that's something that I need to do. I need to add, try to add school during lunch. The only thing that's been getting in the way of this is my Tuesday, Thursdays. I basically have, like I said, a few hours where I have set aside time for working, but that's going to stop at the end of May, so maybe I can get on a better track with that over summer. But then if you think about summer, we are technically not in school. However, I still want to do things with the kids to keep them in that routine and expectation, because I don't want school to start up again and it be like, oh, this is a drag. Like, I kind of want it to continue to be part of our routine, to do some kind of like educational, and even during the summer it might just be like a fun craft or something, but during those meal times, because that's when I have them gathered at the table already. So working that into the we can't finish all of our school at breakfast basically. So working it into our lunch. I want to have some work time for just my business, or ideas for a business, I should say, because I'm nowhere near a business, but I would love to come up with some ideas. And right now there are just very personal things that are helping my life that I think that I could end up creating something out of them in the future. So they do mean a lot to me, but of course we put ourselves aside a lot and we don't get to those things, and I really need to schedule some of that work time. So I don't know. There's just a lot of factors with me not continuing to basically work to make money after the end of May. I can no longer hire a sitter, stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure that out. And I think that's in my mind, even though these are May goals, it's in my mind. If it's something I can't keep doing, it's almost like why make it a goal, you know? So that's kind of my thought process, or whether I like it or not, that's kind of what's happening in my mind with all this. And then the other thing that I need to add again is just healthy dinners, less thinking. So now here is going to be my action box, and I'm going to write down the actions that I need to take, which I kind of did that a little bit here, but the actions that I need to implement that will actually help these things to happen. So I'm going to end this isn't the end of the video, but I'm going to end the last section of, just fast forward me, having some music in here for you guys with something I usually use in my videos. And this has just made me think, like, what kind of music do you guys like? I tend to go towards obviously the guitar sounds, but I'm just curious because I know it just depends on what day or time of day you're watching, what mood you're in and stuff. But, there's upbeat sounds, there's instrumental type stuff. And I'm just curious what you guys tend to like. And since I've used 4 different kinds today, I'm curious what your thoughts are. Otherwise, I really do hope that you're enjoying this video and seeing my process. Not so pretty, but for me it works, and everything can't always be pretty. I honestly think that every time I try to make something super cute and pretty, it doesn't necessarily always have the functionality. So, and me, I'm all about functionality. So here we have it. We have my routine, what's working, what I want to add, and the plan. Again, this is a brainstorm paper. I will probably have it accessible, but don't judge me on my decorating. But I wanted to go over the plan. So I basically was able to go through these to add and figure out a plan. So for planning time for my family adventures and relational, I just basically need to add family and relational planning to my weekly planning schedule. So when I go through, and honestly, I need to make that schedule again, make the list of things that I need to plan. So when I come to my planning day of the week, which is usually Friday, sometimes I try to get to it a little bit earlier if I can. But by Friday, I usually have things planned for the weekend and the next week, like meals and stuff. And that just needs to be added to that list. So really, that should be fairly simple. The second action plan is to prepare my lessons for the kids to be ready to go for meal times, because sometimes we've been so on and off with this and it hasn't become an actual consistent part of our routine. It's just something that's working and I like it. We definitely, especially for breakfast, we definitely need to just kind of do the same things for lunchtime. So having that prepared and in my mind that that's when it's going to happen. And usually to prepare for the next day, or the next meal, meal in school kind of thing, I will just get ready, at breakfast time, I will get lunch stuff ready. And then at lunch, I will, or by the end of the night is when I get the breakfast lesson ready. So the third one for work time for like business ideas and stuff, I really just said set aside or block work time days, times or days for ideas and work. So like I mentioned, I'm not going to have those work hours coming up after May, but during May I will. I just need to block my time a little bit better or figure out during this 4 p.m. It's just because the 4 p.m. is like work and play. Sometimes I just I can't guarantee work. So, and I also want to be intentional with my kids. So sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So I need to figure out how I can still have that intentional time with my kids as my non-negotiable or number one priority, but get some work done during that time as well. And then honestly, for this healthy dinners, like less thinking thing, I just need to order a meal kit. I just need to do it. It's so hard because when I get on there, I feel like, why am I doing this? I could be, buying these ingredients way cheaper, but it's all about, I don't know. I just feel like it's all about like part of the cost is making, you don't have to think about it. Everything is ready there for you already. And I just need to try it, basically. I need to do it and see if it makes my life easier, because by the time dinner comes, as much as I love cooking and stuff, by the time dinner comes, I'm tired and I'm done and my mind cannot think about these ingredients and everything I need. And I get so bummed because sometimes I'll be like, man, I forgot an ingredient on the list last week, or it's like sometimes you just don't feel like that meal you planned as well. So, all right. This video is getting long enough. I apologize if you don't want long videos, but this is kind of my process I'm trying out this month to try to attain these goals. I write the routine, I write what's working and what I like, I write what I still need to add, and I write the plan for what I need to add. So this is something that can go on the other side here. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with that. I should write May's goals. But I am excited to have this in my planner. I also have my planner, like I have my reference section in the back here after this tab, because I have my yearly goals, and I also like to just kind of make sure that I'm staying on track with these. Of course, some things get added and some things may be taken off, but overall, like being present, monthly outings, monthly dates, kids play dates, like these family goals all pretty much, are part of that. My home goals, my fitness and health. I even ended up having some blank space, leaving blank space on your annual vision goal page. If you make one of those, is a highly recommended type of something I would highly recommend, because you find things that you want to add, right? So, and then I have like this little list of how I can like try to attain these goals. And that's what I basically have been doing is I reviewed my previous month. I did a brain dump. This is kind of like my brain dump here. I need to meet with my family and my husband for sure. And what works, what's not, and just planning the next month, just like I did here. So luckily I feel like I'm on a good track with that. And I'm going to go ahead and at least put these pages in this section for now and figure out where I want to put them or keep them when I, May begins. I might put them in my catch-all section. I might put them at the beginning. You saw that at the beginning of this video, but all right, you guys, I just want to thank you for joining me on this little goals journey. Again, it's not like new, but me sitting here and writing down all these details for you guys is kind of new. So let me know what you think, and let me know if you're going to do something similar. I'm sure for you it wouldn't take this long because you're not talking through the process. So these daily pages are really cool for something like this. So I recommend those for you guys too. And then I just love how they have a notes page on the back. What I will do is add to these areas on the back if I need to, or ideas of things, and you know, having that notes page is awesome. Anytime you can have extra space, right? So I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. Hit the like button if you like these kind of videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you part of this community, and let me know who you are and that you were able to join us today. And I will see you guys really soon for the next video. You guys have an awesome day, week, month, all the things, and see you later.